absolutely devastating.
Oh!
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
Excuse me. All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Facer Hill Pro Wrestling Talk. Shit.
You're starting to get those coughs again, ain't you, man? As soon as we go live, it hits you.
Yeah, he's trying to get over it. I hope everybody out there is having a good week so far, and welcome to Facer Hill Pro Wrestling Talk. We're going to jump right into it. One thing real quick, I just want to give a shout out to a wrestler. I think was actually lives in Kentucky, but she wrestled a lot here in Indiana, trained in Indiana, even trained at the Dubs some. Billy Starks. I watched her wrestle in a big match on Game Changer on Sunday night. She took on Shotzi Blackheart and actually got the pinfall on Shotzi Blackheart.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a pretty solid match, pretty good match. I just wanted to shout that out real quick. And then let's jump into some Monday Night Raw. And let's jump into John Cena's last time in Boston. Came out and first Triple H came out and then introduced Cena, and Cena came out. Well, then next, Dom Mysterio comes out and starts running his mouth, and we end up having a Intercontinental title match. And we've got a new champion, guys. John Cena is the new Intercontinental champion for WWE. Glenn, your thoughts on the promo? I thought Dom was outstanding. I thought Dom Mysterio was just killing it, man. And of course, people online, I know you've seen it, said Dom got buried. I don't know, need to get their head out of their ass.
Yeah, those sites needed to just shut the hell up in that way, because you seen what I put in our group chat after I saw that there, and I was like, these freaking guys are stupid. It's pretty much what I said, but I think it's just the other word, but that was just WWE golden that way, and Dom is the perfect chicken shit heel, getting under John Cena's skin to the point where they have a match set up, and it's for the IC championship. So it was a good moment for Cena. Now the question is, who's going to take the belt off of him in the next couple weeks? So
well, I think he is going to wrestle his last time in Madison Square Garden, which is coming up this Monday. So he could put the belt on the line and he could lose it there. Who knows what their plans are? I think they wanted to give Boston his last time. They wanted to give them something special. So I think having Cena come out and then Cena wrestling for the belt, Cena getting down, Triple Crown winner, first time winning Intercontinental Championship. So I think that's what they was trying to do. It doesn't hurt Dom at all to lose. I figured we're going to have some kind of match between Dom and Ray at Survivor Series. They're in San Diego because they're from California. That'd be a huge match on there, especially
huge homecoming match. Yes.
Yeah, especially if it's a stipulation match, or if Dom was to get the Intercontinental belt back before then. Personally, I think a lot of people would bitch about this last time is now tournament with Cena, but there ain't no belt on the line. Well, you got Cena with the belt now. Well, what would be even bigger now? I know it's only the Intercontinental Championship, but to put that belt on the line for the winner of that tournament on Saturday night's main event. And I think it makes sense myself. I mean, I like what they're doing. And it's not something, it wasn't on my bingo card for Cena to be the Intercontinental Champion, but I damn sure don't have a problem with it. Chris, your thoughts on Dom's promo and Cena winning the Intercontinental Championship?
I thought it was well done. I liked the promo. I loved when Dom was telling Cena that he was better than Cena had ever been and stuff. Yeah. I thought the promo was great. I agree with you. I don't have a problem with Cena winning the title. they'll take it off of them. Hell, they could if they want, they could always put it right back on Dom. Dom has had that belt, had that title for a while as well. So yeah, but I didn't have a problem with giving Cena the title. You figured they were going to do try to do something big with him being in his hometown. So, but yeah, I know that crowd went crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I know Cena's going to wrestle. The room. Well, I think it's more than rumor now. I think he's definitely going to wrestle in some type of match, Madison Square Garden on Monday. Could be Intercontinental title. He could lose it. Who knows? I also think that they're going to start setting up War Games. We'll get into that, but in my opinion, I think Cena's going to be in the War Games match. He's never been in one, and we'll go into that more in a little bit. But I think it would be perfect for him to defend that belt at Saturday night's main event on his last show, and especially since Chris, I don't know if you've heard this, all the matches on Saturday night's main events is going to be NXT or young guys against established WWE stars. Except, so I think that would be interesting, especially if if a Carmelo Hayes or a Trick Williams or Obafemi or Javon Evans was the person that ended up taking on John Cena for that Intercontinental Championship and won it there on Saturday night's main event. I think that would be a big moment. So I think that's the way they could be going. I don't know for a fact that's the way it's going to be, but I think it could be. I enjoyed the whole segment. Thought it was a little long, the getting to the match, but I thought it was good. So I enjoyed that. Next up, let's go into the Kabuki Warriors and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Well, let's go to this. Alexa Bliss and Flair was putting the belt up, the tag team titles against the Kabuki Warriors. And we got new champions. Kabuki Warriors won the championship, but with some help from Nia Jax and
Last Legend.
Last Legend. I was having a brain fart. Sorry, Last Legend kind of interfered and helped them win the titles. And they's putting a beat down on them. And here comes Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for the save. I thought that was pretty well done. Now, Rhea Ripley did that Razor's Edge. I thought she was going to kill not Io Sky, the other one.
Kyrie.
Yeah. Kyrie Sane. I thought she threw her out of the ring, and I thought she was in trouble, man. They made a pretty good save on her. That was pretty gnarly.
Did you see Marcus's comment?
No, I did not.
He said the only thing he didn't like is they cheapened Dom's finisher with Cena bouncing right up.
Yeah, but we've seen Super Cena over the years, so I think they brought that brought that back out. But yeah, I get his point, no doubt about it. I mean, he did. He rode. I mean, he hit the splash and he rode right up with it and won the match.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I think he said this. I don't know if you heard it or not, Chris, but a lot of people online were saying that Dom got buried. Being in the ring with John Cena.
Yeah,
Being that moment and doing that type of promo and everything. That's not no burial.
Yeah, that's the thing that I sit in the group chat on one day after all that took place. That was the thing I was pissed off about. I was like, these guys are freaking stupid.
But I enjoyed the segment with Rhea and them. Glenn, your thoughts on that segment?
I enjoyed it because you got all the top players on both sides setting up that War Games match. I think that War Games match is going to be insane.
Yeah, I do too. Chris, your thoughts on that segment?
Yeah, I loved how Punk yelled for Regal.
No, not that one yet. We're talking about the women's.
Oh, women's. My bad. I thought
all right,
you moved on.
No, not yet.
No, I thought the women's segment was good. My only thing was, why did they come out separate? Why didn't Ripley and Sky come out at the same time to help? It was kind of weird that they came out one at a time.
Yeah.
But other than that, I enjoyed it and thought it was well done. But yeah, I think that it'd been better if they both would have ran out at the same time.
Yeah,
to me, they're too worried about playing the damn music.
Yeah, me and Marcus had that conversation earlier today when he called me and talked to me for a little bit. But yeah, he had the same comment. I agree. I wish all these all these wrestling groups will quit doing that. They didn't do that when Cody came out. When Cody came out, the crowd sung it, but they didn't do the music. And I wish they would get away from doing the music when
It's
when
more of
it's
a
a rivalry.
it's more of a surprise when the music don't kick on because you don't see who it is until they're on their way till they're out.
Yeah.
As soon as that music hits, everybody knows who's coming.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So let's move on to the Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso came out to help CM Punk against Division. Your thoughts on that segment, and then to piggyback off that, we're going to get a War Games match, and William Regal was there to announce the War Games. So, Chris, your thought on how they built that with Cody and Jay coming out to help Punk, and your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I thought the segment was well done. I think the War Games is going to be fun. Is going to be fun, especially once they get all the teams together. And I think I did like I mentioned before. I love that Regal popped up to yell War Games when I thought that was great. And the look on the smile on Cody Rhodes' face with Regal yelled it even helped. But no, I thought it was well done, and it's going to be interesting. Who else are they going to put with the Vision?
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. I've got who I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul for sure. Them three, but I think it's going to be Brock Lesnar, and then I feel like the other member, because he's supposed to be suspended right now, but I think that Paul Heyman will bring him in and get that taken care of, and it's going to be Drew McIntyre. So you're talking about one hell of a team, those five guys. Drew
Yeah, no
McIntyre,
shit.
Brock Lesnar. But then on the other side, to make sense with everything, I think it's going to be CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso. I think we know that. But then I think it's going to be I'm having trouble. Brock Lesnar. No, excuse me, not Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns. And for the other guy, I think it's going to be, who did I think it was going to be? I'm forgetting guys.
Cena.
Yeah, John Cena, because I think Cena would have to be in the ring one last time with Brock Lesnar. I mean, all those five guys have got ties to each other, so I think it makes sense. I think
And see, it's a throwback to when Cena was on. I think he may have been on Brock's team in his first Survivor Series.
maybe he's never been in a War Games match, but yeah, Survivor Series match, yes.
So, because I can't remember if I think they were both good guys in 2003 at Survivor Series, and I think they was on Cena and Brock was on Team Brock. So,
yeah. What do you guys think? Is there anybody you think that could be on the team? Some people think LA Knight could end up being on the team instead of Cena. Some people have said the one guy's name, but he hasn't been there in so long it wouldn't make sense. That might be a part of Heyman's team. He's been rumored for a while now. I can't think of his name. He was part of that tag team all down under. Austin Theory. I don't think it makes sense to bring Austin Theory in there.
Nah.
If you brought him in 2 months ago, I think Logan Paul's a replacement for Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins would have been in that spot, but I think Logan Paul is a perfect replacement for him. So, you guys' thoughts on Chris? What do you think about that? If that is the War Games match,
That's kind of what I was kind of thinking, especially when you brought up Brock Lesnar on the other team. I thought it would be that John Cena would be on the other. But yeah, I can see Roman Reigns. That makes sense, and Drew McIntyre makes sense as well. So yeah, I think it'll be good.
yeah, I think it'd be fantastic. A lot of star power there. Now on the women's War Games match, right now it's 4-on-4. We know. I think there'll be one more on each team, and this is my prediction. What's going to happen Monday night? I think. Let's go to the teams. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair.
Hey, real quick, Marcus said could be Goldberg, laughing out loud.
Yeah, well,
shit.
And then he said Kevin Owens.
Kevin
Not
Owens.
yet.
I don't think he's healthy enough yet. I don't think I know he is working out again, but I think it'd be too soon. I
Or
would
a
love to see
Rumble.
Kevin Owens. Love to see Kevin Owens. Yeah, the women's team, I think it's going to be it's Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. I think you add one more there, of course. I think it'll be 5-on-5. Then you got Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. This is what I think is going to happen. I think Becky Lynch is going to be having her Intercontinental Championship match. Glenn, can you help me with the name? I'm forgetting.
Back here.
No, she's got a match this weekend with the one's really improved.
Oh, who you talking about? Who's she facing though again?
Taking on Becky for the Intercontinental Championship this
Oh,
weekend.
Maxine Dupree.
Yes, I think Maxine's either going to win the belt with some help, or she's going to lose and get beat up, and then there's going to be help. And I think that help's going to be. Man, I'm having terrible names. I got to start writing stuff down. Is CM Punk's wife,
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee. Man, I'm having trouble with that. AJ Lee. I think she comes in and gets
You know
involved.
what? You know what our problem is, man. We've been hanging around Jay too damn much.
That's true. AJ Lee, I think, will be the fifth member
I
of
think
the.
you're right, Glenn. I think it's about time to quit hanging out with Jay for a while.
Yeah, I agree. Will be. I think AJ Lee will be part of the Ripley team, and I think Becky Lynch will be part of the team with Asuka and them. So that's the 5-on-5, I think, and I think that'd be pretty good. I think it'd be a good match. So I think that's interesting. We'll talk a little bit. We're not going to do our old school match this week. Marcus wanted to table it because it was his match, and he couldn't be here this weekend or this week. So we will do that next week. Savage and Warrior WrestleMania 7 old school match. We'll do that next week. Next, let's talk about the NXT match, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
NXT Championship match. Ricky Saints taking on Trick Williams for the NXT Heavyweight Championship. Saints is the champion. Last man standing. Man, I really, really enjoyed this match. I talked to Marcus today, and he had one complaint about it. He loved the match. He liked the match, but he had one complaint. I'll tell you that complaint after you guys give me your thoughts, what you guys saw of the match, what you liked or didn't like. Chris?
Yeah, I liked they were everywhere. They beat the shit out of each other with all kinds of shit. Like, it had me entertained from the beginning to the end. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really liked that. Of course, they go through the tables all the time. They do it too much. I like they did it a little bit different in the way they shot it.
They did have the one kendo stick a little too gimmicked because he didn't even hit him that very hard across the stomach with it. That thing broke in half like he had smoked him with. I was like, yeah, that one was a little too gimmick because he didn't hit him that hard. It was like he hit him, but not that hard.
Yeah,
when they was gimmicking it, they probably overbit the thing.
Yeah,
probably. Coming out of that crowd and hitting him and knocking him into the table. I like the way that was shot. Thought it was different. Glenn, your thoughts on the match?
Oh, I enjoyed it, man. It's NXT related, man. I always get into it, and that was a little different. I like the Open Femi come out. Only thing I hated about it was they cut the damn TV thing at 10 o'clock, and I hate that hard out.
Yeah, because Open Femi come out and he got he didn't even make it out through the entranceway because it was already 10:01. They went over a minute.
Oh yeah,
and so they give him a little bit of leeway. I think they overran their plans a little bit. But Marcus,
when they do that, like they just post the rest of stuff on social media.
Yep, that's what they did. Yeah, and it wasn't. You really didn't miss anything.
Yeah, but I mean,
Marcus's complaint. I want to see what you guys thought about this. And it was true. When they counted to 10, he had a hold of him. Saints and having trouble with names. Saints and Trick Williams. Saints had a hold of him. They were making contact. So should you be counting? Should that count went to 10? And plus, he was almost up. I mean, actually, I think he could have been up. I mean, it was very close. Usually if you're making contact with them, they don't count. They stop it.
Yeah, I really didn't think about that.
Yeah, they jacked it up. that part got messed up, and everything. So
Yeah, that was
I had,
Marcus' complaint, and it's valid. It's valid. I think it might have been a situation where it could have been a miscommunication. Hey, we're running low on time. I got to call this match, and maybe that's what wasn't exactly where the match was supposed to end. Maybe it was supposed to win another minute or so, and the ref had to count it. I mean, that's a possibility with the way they was running low on time. But I thought it was a really good match. I thought it was physical. I thought it was very well done, and I really, really, really enjoyed that match. But the next thing I wanted to talk about, we're going to talk about John Cena's last time is now tournament. And here's what's happened so far. They had a couple matches this week on Monday Night Raw. Rusev against Damian Priest. Rusev won that, so he moves on. And we had Sheamus against Nakamura, and Sheamus won that match. So them two move on in the tournament of 16. So they'll make the final 8. Matches coming up on SmackDown this Friday. We got The Miz versus Jey Uso. And we have LA Knight versus a surprise opponent. We do not know who that opponent is. We'll find out Friday night. This coming Monday night on Raw, we have Javon Evans versus Gunther. And I'm really looking forward to this match. 21-year-old Javon Evans getting to wrestle at Madison Square Garden, going to be packed, and get to take on Gunther. It's going to be awesome. And then we have Solo Sikoa taking on another surprise opponent that we don't know. And then 4 more competitors will be named, I believe, on Monday night, and that'll be the final 4 competitors. So, you guys' thoughts on the tournament? Who do you think? I mean, I know we don't know all the combatants so far. To me, I thought it was going to be Obafemi, but now with Obafemi showing up on NXT, and it looks like that he wants to go after Ricky Saints. That could put a stop to that, or that could be a swerve. Who knows? I think it makes sense if you're going to have NXT be such a big part of Saturday night's main event. I think it would make sense to have a young guy going against Cena for that championship. What's Marcus saying there, Chris? Because I can't see it.
Usos over or Jimmy or Jay over the Miz, and he would love to see Evans win over Gunther.
I mean, if it would be huge, even if it was if somebody comes and interferes or whatever, if he could get that win and go on in the tournament, I would love to see it. I mean, if you don't do Obafemi, I think Javon Evans would be a perfect guy to come in and win that championship. Now, I do think they're going a different direction with him. I think he's going to end up being the NXT tag team champions with the guy from NXT with TNA, Slater. I think they're going to end up being champions. So I don't know that that's the route they're going to go. I like the idea of the tournament. Some people online complain, well, it ain't for no championship, and that don't make no sense. To me, I think this, if it's done right, can be just as important or more important than a championship, being Cena's last match. One rumor is going around that it could be Sheamus, because Sheamus could end up winning, because Sheamus has never won the Intercontinental Championship. So that would be interesting. Chris, who do you think? Who do you think it could be?
Sheamus and Cena have some history too, as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sheamus beat Cena for the belt in his debut match or first main event match or whatever. No, maybe at the first match.
Yeah. So they could. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. If maybe he ain't in there. It'd be interesting to see what they do with that. I'll be honest, I haven't watched a whole lot of the tournaments so far, so I don't know too much about it. But I think Marcus is right. Uso is going to go over the Miz, and then I wouldn't mind seeing Evans get a push and get a win over Gunther.
Same.
There's a lot of rumors that the final match is going to be Gunther and Cena.
I'm not sure. I'll rather not see that one.
I'm okay with that, except I don't think he should be champion. If he's Intercontinental Champion, I don't think Gunther should take him on and beat him and become Intercontinental Champion again, because I think it's a step back. He's been Intercontinental Champion. He was Intercontinental Champion for a record amount of days. I don't think he needs that belt again. I think if he's going to have a belt, it needs to be a world championship. So I just don't know that makes sense. And now if Cena loses the belt Monday night on Raw, then I think people if they went to Saturday night's main event and if it ended up being Gunther and Cena's final match, I think most people would be happy with that. But I don't think he needs
Hey,
the belt.
Just real quick update: Jets are up 7-0 over the Patriots.
Oh shit! I'm telling you, man, them Thursday night football games. Most weeks it's almost like we're in the alternate reality.
Another thing I wanted to talk about real quick, I watched, and me and Glenn discussed it a little bit while Chris was not on the air, and we wasn't on the air yet. Chris was busy getting a drink and stuff before we went on the air. I watched AEW Dynamite last night. It was a special episode. It was their Blood and Guts, which is like the War Games, and they had a women's match, men's match, and then they also had a title match between Powerhouse Hobbs and Hangman Adam Page for the AEW Men's Championship. It was a last man standing. I thought it was a lot of plunder having a match, having a War Games, and now let's have a last man standing, and let's have another War Game. I enjoyed the show. I could pick it apart with a lot of things. Stop, Pablo. A lot of things I could pick apart, but it's just the way wrestling is now. It's and me being 62 years old and I'm more old school. I think the cage should be more the weapon. And a lot of the guys spent more time out of the cage than they were in the cage in the men's match, even some in the women's match.
I don't like that. What's the point of having a cage if you're going to be outside the cage? I've never that don't make no sense to me. Let's have a cage match, but let's have most of the match outside the cage. Like that don't make a whole lot of sense. The cage is there to keep you inside.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And in the cage, for the most part, I don't mind some weapons. Guy brings a chain in, guy brings in brass knuckles. That makes sense. Bringing attacks and kendo sticks, and that really, and that's just not an AEW thing. WWE does it too. So I don't want people to say, "Oh, you're just giving AEW a hard time." I'm not.
Yeah, WWE does do it. They put it in the damn. Yep, they put it in the dang game. Like I was telling before we went live,
Yeah.
Every time somebody comes out, they bring in a table or a trash can or something like that, So
I thought the women. I didn't think they needed 6 on a team. I thought they should have kept it 5-on-5, but they did 6-on-6 to get extra people in there. And they're just trying to give some of the young girls an opportunity to be seen. And so I can appreciate that. And I thought they all worked their ass off. One thing I didn't like, they had the girl come in there within the first 2 minutes. She's already gushing blood and within 2 minutes. And let's build up to that a little bit. I think would have been a little better. But I thought they worked their ass off. A rating out of 10 for me, I'll give that match a 7.5. The men's match I thought was it was decent, but then at the end, the last 5 minutes, I thought they told a great story. I thought they did a fantastic job the last 5 minutes, and so I'd give that one an 8. I enjoyed the show. I mean, would I pay $50 if it was a pay-per-view? Probably not, but I don't pay $50 for WWE. I'm not gonna pay that for anybody. So because there's so many pay-per-views and I want to see them all, I'm not paying that kind of money. But it was a good show especially for a Wednesday night. I thought they did a pretty good job. I could pick it apart, but I mean that's not they're shooting for their audience, and I think their audience for the most part loved it, and I was entertained. So I'm not gonna come down on it. I thought it was a solid show. But I did want to give that a little quick review real quick. Guys, I think that's all we have. Is there anything you guys want to touch on?
I just thought I try to watch AEW. I got to the part, like I was saying before we went live. I got to the part where everybody that was on the Sage Monday team grabbed one for bells and started whipping everybody with them. And I was like, I got to turn channel at this point,
There is one other thing I want to bring up real quick. I haven't got to talk to Marcus about that, and I hope he's out there and hears this real quick. NWA for many. What's Marcus saying?
Never mind, because I think you're getting ready to say what Marcus just said.
Well, I doubt it because I hadn't talked to Marcus about this. So what's Marcus saying? I can't read it.
Last night,
Marcus said
Natalia
last night,
Markova.
Natalia Markova defeated Kenzie Page to become the new ladies champion NWA.
Yes, I just seen that, and I'm gonna. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch that match on Roku here just after I get off this show.
When you
Because I
mentioned
just-
Yeah.
NWA, I figured that's what you were getting
Yeah.
ready to say.
No,
Yeah.
uh,
Hey,
yeah,
Tony, I'm watching TNA right now as we're talking.
yeah, I've got TNA on too. It's live. They're
Yeah,
live from
yeah.
for
Imagine
Full
that.
Sail. In Full Sail, yes,
Yeah.
they're live right now. No, NWA. I believe it was 1985. Marcus probably would know for sure, but they introduced a new championship. It was the NWA national title, or it may have been even before '85. But it ended up being the U.S. championship eventually. But it was a very well-known belt. A lot of good wrestlers held the national title. I think that's '85 is when it switched over to the U.S. title. But anyway, when NWA got picked back up and went over the years, they kept that national heavyweight championship going, and they have a national heavyweight championship in NWA right now. Well, about 3 weeks ago, AEW has a great idea, and Tony Schiavone comes out and announces that they're having at their next pay-per-view, they're having a big gauntlet match to name the new national heavyweight champion
What?
for AEW. And this was on TBS back in the day and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of the NWA people are upset over this. And I know the guy who holds the national championship right now for NWA, his name's Mike Mondo, who used to be a part of the Spirit Squad. Now you wouldn't recognize him because this dude
Yeah.
is
Put on some,
jacked.
he put on some meat in that way.
There's Jack.
Yeah, he is jacked now. And so he was very upset, and so was some other NWA people. Some old school people was upset about it. And I think I understand that, but they say it all stems over a fact that their NWA had a TV show back on in about 2022 called NWA Shockwave. Well, about a little bit after that, AEW said that they were going to have a new show coming on Fox. You can even see the video where Swerve Strickland was talking to his rapper. Oh yeah, man, we're taking SmackDown's place on Fox. It wasn't true, and the name of the show is going to be Shockwave. Well, NWA seen the video a year or two ago, and they sued, and they've been arguing over this name Shockwave, and so they feel like Tony Khan purposely did a national heavyweight champion on purpose because I don't think there's any. I don't know if anybody's got the whatever you would call that where somebody else can't have it, where they pay
Right.
and the rights to it. So been a lot of argument. I think it's kind of petty. And AEW has all the money. They've got 2,000 championships already. I know the national championship was on TBS years and years and years ago, but the NWA is still an active organization. Whether people want to, I think the owner does a very good job with limited money, limited funds. He got them on Roku. It's actually a pretty decent show. It's a pretty good wrestling show. I mean,
Tony,
yes,
it's a damn shame that they had that ordeal when they first did that one show with all the coke and shit out on with the minister, Minister Sinister dude and shit.
Yeah,
so
act like they was doing coke on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was all about. How anybody thought that was a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. That there's no way that's a good idea on any organization.
And especially when you're about to ink a TV deal, a national TV deal
with CW. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what the organization was thinking, but that definitely hurt things for them. You got basically it was supposed to be like 3 prostitutes, Sinister Minister, and they're around the table all doing coke. I'm like, they got the little spoons out, and everything. I was watching it. I was watching that pay-per-view. I think that was actually the last pay-per-view that they did. They've never done another pay-per-view since. They do all their big shows and they tape them and then show them on. And the shows on. If you haven't checked them out on Roku, the shows are really pretty good shows. They really are.
Yes. You know what's funny about that is not long after that is when WWE announced their deal with CW. So they probably saw that shit and it was like, nah, we can't sign this deal. Go sign NXT.
Yeah. So yeah, but I thought that was interesting. I wish AEW wouldn't have done that. They could call it. Well, and the thing of it is, they said it's taken taken the place. They had an international championship that was going to be defended on Dynamite, and it was also going to be defended in other companies that they have relationships with, like in New Japan and C-Mill in Mexico. Well, then they did away with the national championship, and now they started a national championship, and now that's going to be defended in those places. So it really didn't make any sense, and been a lot of upset people on that. But I just thought I'd bring that to light. I remember the national championship a lot on TBS back in the day. It was something I always liked, and they had some pretty good champions. So, but guys, that's all I got. You guys got anything before we get out of here?
I do not.
No,
Well, I do
Patriots
actually,
just
but
scored. Patriots just scored to tie the game up 7-7.
Frank, you'll be happy.
I actually do have something about the announcement of the Elimination Chamber in Chicago today.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes,
we knew that was coming because you and I, Tony and Chris, we follow a lot of the same pages and stuff. So
yeah, that's going to be a big event. Elimination Chamber last year was a fantastic show last year, one of the best shows that they did. So I expect big things from that pay-per-view in Chicago.
especially with them being at the United Center. They haven't been at the United Center since the '94 SummerSlam. So
Do you think Indianapolis still gets to the WrestleMania? Or do you
yes,
think they're going to start doing them in Vegas and in other countries?
I think we'll get it in 2029.
I think the deal will hold up. After that, though, who cares? You know, it's almost like
Glenn, wasn't they at the United Center for when Punk came back?
nope, that was Allstate, I do believe.
Okay, I knew they were in Chicago, but I thought it was United Center. Okay, you might be right.
They haven't had a PLE or I don't even think they've had a WWE event since SummerSlam '94 maybe at the least. I know WCW when they would go to Chicago would be at the old USC pavilion, but that's a whole nother building.
Well, I remember when WWE used to do the Rosemont.
Yeah, that's the Allstate Arena.
Okay, that's what that is now. Okay,
Yeah, same building.
all right.
With that big wooden roof.
Well, we appreciate everybody watching, checking things out. Again, our match, old school match, we're not going to do this week. We're going to do it next week. It'll be Savage and Warrior WrestleMania 7. So watch that and comment with us next week. And we'll be back next week with another show on Thursday, guys.
Yep.
Everybody have a good night.
Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, X, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room as well. And see you next week.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
Here, this is Joey Owens Show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss me